Hey y'all, welcome to the Blue Plate Special. We are live right here in downtown Knoxville on the corner of Gay Street and Summit Hill in the Visitor Center. If you're driving around out there looking for parking, after you get parked, come on and join us. We got a great band on the stage today. They come to us from over in Roane County. It's a bit of a family affair. Not entirely, but we'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. You all give a big welcome to High Carbon Steel.
The first thing I remember knowing was a lonesome whistle blowing and the youngin's dream of growing up to ride on a freight train leaving town, not knowing where I'm bound, and no one could change my mind but Mama tried. The one and only rebel child from a family meek and mild, my mama seemed to know what lay in store. Despite all my Sunday learning, towards the bad I kept on turning, till Mama couldn't hold me anymore. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried. Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Dear old daddy, rest his soul, he left my mom a heavy load. She tried so very hard to fill his shoes, working hours without rest, wanted me to have the best. She tried to raise me right, but I refused. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried. Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Thank y'all. Well, I turned on the TV and I got settled in when I flipped it on to Channel 10. And a suit and tie came on with a coffee and a mild white grin. And I heard this weatherman tell me all about your sunny day. And I hate to be the one to have to tell you it's going to rain. I done heard the news today. Well, the woman that you love is going away. Don't listen to the forecast, boy, there ain't no merits to their claims. 'Cause any fool can tell you it's gonna rain. It won't after you walk out that front door. Before your woman comes home, she's gonna tell you just what you're in for. Oh, and I don't need no fancy degree in meteorology to tell you today it's sure gonna rain. It's gonna rain. I'm afraid well, the woman that you love, you're bound Any fool can tell you it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. I done heard the news today. Well, the woman that you love is gone away. Don't listen to the forecast, boy, there ain't no merits to their claims. 'Cause any fool can tell you it's gonna rain. Any fool can tell you it's gonna rain. Thank y'all.
That's High Carbon Steel on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you so very much. We're so happy to be here.
Yeah, if we hadn't clarified this before, I would have said welcome back to the show, because the three of you, excluding the bass player, have played on the show before, but you were backing up somebody else, right?
Yeah, that was with Rachel McIntyre Smith.
Yeah. But it's great to have you back as your own band this time, and I mentioned at the top of the show that this is somewhat of a family affair, in that I got a couple of brothers. I'll let you all guess who. I kind of think you can. And then the dad over there, those brothers on the far side, who I understand is not always a member of the band. But
We roped him in, It's one of those things. We really needed a fourth, and obviously he was a big influence on us playing growing up. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for him, so we're glad to bring him back any chance we can.
all right, well, how did you all rope Corey into to being part of this?
Yeah, so growing up, it's a funny thing. Our parents knew each other and kind of got roped into a play date. Mom and Dad set it up. It was just one of those things, but we didn't quite hit it off right off the bat. Me and Corey were both shy as could be. We just kind of sat there with our guitars.
It was just like, what song do you want to play? I don't know. No conversation in between. Really awkward.
We eventually figured it out, though.
Yeah, we're the best of friends now. So.
Oh, that's great. And then, so in the back there, you're the youngest of the band.
Yes, sir. I'm 19.
19 years old. Yeah. So how young were you when you all started playing together?
Well, to be honest, we didn't really take it serious until a couple of years ago. I started out, playing games and doing all the stuff that little kids do with his brother, and they kind of slowly roped me into it.
Okay.
So, say about a year or two ago, we started taking seriously.
Well, your dad let me in on a little secret too, that you all are very good at bluegrass, and maybe started out playing that. Talk about that a little, and about why maybe you switched over to this.
Yeah, so growing up, my dad, that's about all he ever had, playing on the radio when we were going down the road in the car. So, my background is, mostly bluegrass. So we started out actually on our YouTube channel doing mostly bluegrass, but, I've always liked country as well, and, saw that the older kind of country is coming back on the scene, so thought it'd be a good idea to get into that a little bit, and that's what we've been doing.
Well, great. I can see how your great vocal harmonies would work well for bluegrass, but they work well for this as well. So, well, let's talk just a little bit about kind of the way you all are getting your music out there a lot these days, which is through your YouTube channel. So talk a little bit about what you've been doing on there.
Yeah, so once a week, every Saturday we get together and, pre-record it, and we post every Saturday on YouTube a cover song. Sometimes it's originals, but that's something we've been doing for about the past 2.5 years now, and we've been keeping pretty consistent with that. So you never know what you're going to find on YouTube.
And how can they find that to watch?
That's going to be at High Carbon Steel Music on YouTube if you type that in.
All right. And it sounds like all of your platforms, whether it's your website or social media or whatever, is High Carbon Steel Music.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's just how to find these folks online. Well, I'm going to let you all play some more. I'll break in here in a little while. Maybe we can chat just a little bit more.
All right, I'm going to do an original, actually the title track. I had to make sure on my set list there, but it's called Fields of Harvest. It's one I wrote about farming, and I will tell you, I know nothing about farming, so take it with a grain of salt. It's called Fields of Harvest. It's a rainy Monday evening on the farm, working in the wheat fields, plowing from dusk till dawn, tending all these acres just to get a poor man's wage. These old bones have had it for today. It's a slower way of living, working with your hands, growing crops to feed your family, living off the land. I wouldn't have it any other way, this old life I choose. But sometimes you can't help it if you lose. Working day by day, you ain't got time to fool around. When you're raking up the hay, you've got mouths to feed and your back is getting tired. In the golden fields of harvest time. Well, after 30 years of farming, it all just went away. We had to move upstate to a house that's far away. We couldn't make it anymore, living like we did. The officials came by and they forbid. Growing up, I never imagined it could end this way. All the memories that we had are now so far away. At least we have each other in this old sinful world. Even if our lives have come unfurled. In the fields of harvest, working day by day, you ain't got time to fool around. When you're raking up the hay, you've got mouths to feed and your back is getting tired. In the golden fields of harvest time. In the golden fields of harvest time. Thank you all.
That's a pretty good one, Corey. Pretty good. I reckon we'll take a second now. We've gone through a couple of our originals so far. That Weather Song was one I wrote, and that Fields of Harvest, man, I think that's the best one on that EP we put out, Corey. You did a fine job right
Thank you,
now.
buddy.
But this next one's one that I wrote. It's a kind of a soft, sad song, but it's kind of about a hurt that won't go away. And so we hope you like it. Darling, let me cry, cry until tomorrow. But
This time when I wake up, it'll feel like yesterday. Most times when I wake, I overcome my sorrow. But now it's a new day and the pain won't go away. Darling, we've been back and forth so many times before. And come morning, my arms reach out for you. But with each new day, I feel myself grow farther and farther away. While I just can't hide no more, there's one thing that I know to do. So darling, let me cry, cry until tomorrow. This time when I wake up, it'll feel like yesterday. Most times when I wake, I overcome my sorrow. Now it's a new day and the pain won't go away. Sweetheart, let me be. It's all I have to heal. And I can't take another one of your lies. It's gonna take all I have for the hole in my heart to fill. While I may not make it through, I still think that I have to try. So darling, let me cry, cry until tomorrow. This time when I wake up, it'll feel like yesterday. Most times when I wake, I overcome my sorrow. But now it's a new day and the pain won't go away. Now it's a new day and the pain won't go away. Thank you all very much. Pick up the pace a little bit, Corey. Well, I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Man, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. Well, that train keeps rolling on down to San Antone. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't you ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that lonesome whistle, I hang my head and cry. All right. Well, I bet there's rich folks eating from fancy dining cars. They're probably sipping coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I knew I had it coming. I know I can't be free, but those people keep a moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, I'd probably move it on a little farther down the line. Oh, so far from Folsom Prison, that's where I long to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Oh, and I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away.
That's High Carbon Steel on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. Well, y'all mentioned a couple of times your EP, but we didn't really talk about it before. So first of all, I should mention that they have some copies for those who still like to purchase physical copies of things. There's some CDs over on the merch table. It's also out on streaming platforms. But tell us a little bit about that EP, like what's on it. Obviously, you played us the title track, but
Yeah, so it's got 7 of our songs on it. All of them are original that either me or Dawson wrote. And yeah, we put that back out in April, I guess it was. But yeah, like you said, we do have some CDs here for sale, but it is on all streaming platforms.
all
Yeah,
right.
we've got kind of a wide range of music genres on there. We take influence from a little bit of everything, but there's bound to be something you like on there. We'll just say it like that.
All right, well, very good. Well, I'm going to let you get back to the music in just a second, but I have to thank some folks for making this show possible. The WDVX Blue Plate Special is presented by Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria on Jackson Avenue in Knoxville's Old City, home of the Big Plate on Fridays. Coming up, I'm trying to find my list here. I got to fold it up. Coming up on the Big Plate next week is the Young Fables. Additional support comes from Visit Knoxville and the Music Office of the Tennessee Entertainment Commission, supporting the creative community across the state through various initiatives and programs. Find out more about opportunities and how to be part of the music directory at tnentertainment.com/music. Well, as usual, we do have all kinds of great bands coming up on the Blue Plate in the next little while, but I'll let you go find those yourself at our website at WDVX.com. I will mention, though, that we're back to doing our big shows at the Bijou Theater once a quarter. We call it Tennessee Shines, and our next one is February 5th of next year, and we have American Aquarium, Lily Hyatt, and Zach Russell on the bill. You can find out more about that at WDVX.com as well. But let's get back to some more music today.
We'll do another original off of the EP here. This is called Ticket to Paradise. Got a one-way trip to paradise. I'm gonna leave this town. A getaway down in Panama. Man, I ain't coming back around. Packing my bags to catch my flight away from all my worries. Taking a trip across the ocean on a one-way journey. No more sorrow and strife from a former life. I might find myself a wife. On second thought, I'd be better off living like I'm free. 'Cause ain't no woman gonna waste my time, 'cause it's just for me. I went down to Panama, and I ain't a coming back. I found a nice quiet shack here in Panama. I went down to Panama, and I ain't a coming back. I found a nice quiet shack here in Panama. Thank you all so very much. Y'all are so kind.
Yeah, I reckon we'll do you one more original today. This is one, we've not released this anywhere. We played it a couple times at some shows, but it's one that I wrote. It's kind of an old cowboy western song, so we hope you like it. One last passing glance out the corner of my eye. One last parting chance to say one last goodbye. Two men walking down an empty sodden road. One west, the other east, and one of them must fold. He made his sacrifice, but it weren't for no just cause. Many tried to claim that it was. One last passing glance at the corner of my left eye. West man, he took his stance and let out a nervous sigh. East man had a steady hand as he done it all before. Many times he'd killed a man, so what would be one more? He made his sacrifice, but it weren't for no just cause. Many would try to claim that it was. No luck, the hammer struck as it laid the other man down. No cries of sorrow or tears of joy as his knees sunk in the ground. No thud, he just hit the mud and they hauled him to his grave. And east, west, alive or dead, no one could really say. He made his sacrifice, but it weren't for no just cause. I still wish I could say that it was. No one wants to think that a man could die in vain, but I've seen it happen all the same. Corey, are you feeling kind of festive?
I am. Let's give him maybe a little bit of Elvis, but not so Elvis.
Uh-huh.
I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't be the same, dear, if you're not here with me. I'll have a blue Christmas, that's certain. And when those blue heartaches start hurting, you'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white. But I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. And when those blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white. But I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. You'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white. But I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas.
That's High Carbon Steel on the WDVX Blue Play Special. We're going to get one more song from them. But before we do that, I want to thank you all for coming out today, you who are in the audience. Thanks to everybody who is watching or listening out there. And I hope you'll consider coming and joining us next time if you're just watching or listening out there, because it's a lot of fun to be in person, isn't it? So thank you all again so much for coming up from Roane County to be with us, and looking forward to one more song here from you.
Thank you again for having us.
The warden led a prisoner down the hallway to his doom, and I stood up to say goodbye like all the rest. And I heard him tell the warden just before he reached my cell, let my guitar play in friend to my request. Let him sing me back home with a song I used to hear. Make my old memories come alive and take me away and turn back the years. Sing me back home before I die. I recall last Sunday morning, a choir from off the street came in to sing a few old gospel songs. And I heard him tell won't you sing me back home with a song I used to hear? Make my old memories come alive and take me away and turn back the years. Sing me back home before I die. Sing me back home before I die. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you.
That's High Carbon Steel live right here in downtown Knoxville. Hope you'll join us for more real live music next time on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. But right now, I'm going to send it back into the studio.